Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Put your hands together for the second half of the show. Get crazy. Late. It's like a bunch of black people walking into the movies. Late. Welcome to Crown Point. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your next comedian? Can you make some more noise? Because this guy is pretty tall, so he needs a lot of applause to reach up into the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the next comedian? Ladies and gentlemen, again, Chuckles Inc.'s own Nathyn Gibson, everyone. Nathyn Gibson.
Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. I regret to inform you, this is my last one until May or June, because I have a class during this time. So I'm really glad you got to come out here. No, she knows me, so she was actually just reaffirming it. I'm really excited because this is the first time I've done stand-up in front of my parents. There's my mom right there. Get up for my mom. I came from her vagina. And then she produced this, so technically that was the last vagina I ever was in. Technically. That was the best delayed pause ever. Like, oh. So, I'm just assuming everyone has the 2012 Humane Society Pet Lovers calendar, right? Right? I'm going to be kind of critical. Not their best work. I'm not gonna, like, sure, it has like the kitty in the sink and all the horsey with the bandana and the dog and the cat together, but they're against really big competition like Lolcats and I Can Have Cheeseburger. Like, they need to suck it up and get cute pretty soon. I hope that there's like a photographer that's like, come here, Mittens. Listen, you're doing this for a cause. Now if you don't make it, Mr. Fluffigans is never going to get a home. Now, do I have to turn on the Sarah McLachlan music, or are you going to have... Where are you going? Like, that's technically torture for the cats. I don't know if you know, it's like... In the arms of I used to be... I'm single right now. That's really like an application, please. Come on, somebody. And I used to like reinvent myself, like try to accentuate the good parts of my characteristics. I'm a good listener. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm a good color. But now I'm just trying to think of myself.
You are. You're
Mr. Fluffigans knows.
There you go.
So I'm trying to just now accentuate myself as like a flipped house. Like, listen. I know the core is a little bit flabby right now, but you get 4 to 5 months, we'll have a strong foundation. Right? I know that there's no barrier in here right now. Don't worry, we need to just get some iron in there, pump it up. You'll be a strong foundation. Now I know the roof is a little screwed up, but don't worry, you're not going to be able to do anything about the roof, but you could add like another roof. All right. Man. I think of my love life as kind of like a game of pool. Like I'm desperately trying to get my balls in the hole. But usually someone gets their black one in before I do. And I try to dress up a little bit like have you, but I'm kind of poor, you know. Have you ever got the cologne from a magazine? Anyone? Like, I'm not talking about like you bought some cologne from a magazine. I mean, you literally tore out the sample on the magazine and just like... And then you returned it to the library. You know how it is. But, you know, I'm not that manly either. Like, I can't do the manly talk. Like, I'll have friends like, yeah, totally bang her. Like, yeah, we go to Pound Town. And like, yeah, she looks like she's a good cuddler. Wouldn't mind listening to John Mayer in that one. Like, where's Mikey? Mikey did a tremendous job. Give it up for Mikey tonight. He did a joke about superheroes, and I was kind of thinking, like, what would my superhero power be? And it would just be to be able to transform into a different looking person. Like, I know I wouldn't use that for good. It would just be like to get more free samples when I'm at the mall. Like, proof, 30-year-old Asian. I will take this. Proof, 12-year-old black guy. Yes, I will. It's not racist at all. I don't know why you're someone like, oh. So, I'm a substitute teacher, and one of the things that hurt my self-confidence was a couple of weeks before the winter break. I was subbing for a class, and one of the kids literally asked, like, "Are you gay?" And like, I didn't get offended. I was like, no. But what made you say that? And this is true. Another kid stood up in the class and went, "'Cause you talk like a girl!" I'm not doing kindergarten again, ever. Are there any cannibals in the house? Cannibals? Really? Really? Just for say, what's your favorite taste of ethnicity?
Mexican.
Mexican. Well, this is a... Well, Robert John's not here anymore. Do you think, like, when a cannibal goes on a diet, do they just eat skinnier people? Like they go after, like, I'm gonna have an Olsen twin today. That's like a form of a slim fast or something. Just saying. I was listening to the radio, and there was a commercial about a milkshake that'll help you lose weight. And the commercial is like, "You're gonna lose so much weight with this milkshake, you will see the fat fall off of you." And I'm like, no, that's not a good thing, because the only thing I would think of, like, if I see the fat fall off of me, I'm like, oh my god, I have leprosy! Guys, I hope this comedy thing works out, because I really wanted to, like, make some money to do what I really want to do is I want to start a candle business. I want to make a candle business, and I'll call it Sleepy Time Candles. Just candles with good scents that will keep you relaxed. We'll start off with subtle scents like chamomile, dandelion, and then it'll move up to better scents that will make you fall asleep faster, like chloroform and ether. It's like, hey, do you like candles? Shh, 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 I realize that I did more laughs making noise than anything. What do I have here? I've never tried this before, but Tourette's seems like a bad thing, but I think it would be cooler if you had Tourette's and you just gave out random trivia facts. Like, hey, I'm going to the mall. Giraffe tongues are black! Okay, that was cool, so what do you plan to do? Like, Gerald Ford was the only president never to be elected! I'm gonna keep my Tourette's friend away from Wikipedia. Hey, we have a moment to connect, Dad. Me and my dad were watching a television commercial about the new healthcare law will allow for people who use catheters to get more clean catheters more often. And they said it in the commercial. And then they said, for a free sample, call this number. And I was like, how does a free sample catheter works? Like, you get in the mail, and you're like, ha! 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 Do you have this in size 8? Like, that is not gonna work. I'm telling you that right now. Another thing about the substitute teaching is I had to do, I'm a communications major, so is there any liberal arts majors here? So they will pretty much agree with me. When you're a liberal arts major, you're not good at math. It's true. So I had this moment where I had to substitute for special ed algebra, which literally involved me just staring off the other kids' papers and showing them how to do it. It's like, okay, A plus B equals... Well, he's doing it like this. In one of the classes, there was a poster. Classes tend to have inspirational posters, like there was one about the oldest person who graduated college, 96, and they have inspirational posters. And one was a poster of Whoopi Goldberg, and it said on the bottom, overcame dyslexia, which is cool, but they misspelled overcame. It was like O-V-C-A-M-E. Well, I guess she didn't do that good of a job of overcoming it now, did she? I've noticed tonight that I stutter a lot when I used to be really upset by it, but then I started listening to hip hop, so every time I stutter, I just think like it's a song like, hey, I'm gonna remix! Gonna tell this sentence in a different format, yeah! Wiki, wiki, woo! Does anyone like reality shows? One person is like, I really do, and the whole network is just catering to you. I saw they're coming back with a show called Mob Wives, which, for those who don't know, it's about wives of mobsters who are in jail, so they're just going to follow the wives with cameras. And I'm like, yeah, this is at the point where television is its all-time low. But I was wrong. America doesn't have the biggest low. It used to be in Germany, and I kid you not, this is true, there was a show that translates to a big donor show. And what happened was, there's this girl who's dying from a terminal disease, and there's 3 contestants on the show. And what they're doing is to try to convince her to give her organs when she dies. Oh, hold on people, it gets better, because it turns out the dying girl was an actor! This is true. And I was like, oh my gosh, Ashton Kutcher just like crapped himself, like, I want to do that. And I was like, there's no way that can get any lower than that. So I was thinking about it, and I came up with 3 ideas on how to get lower in television. 3 reality shows. First idea, it's like a dating show. Remember Next on the buses? What's like that? A girl's going out with 3 guys, but the hidden thing is they all have STDs. And she gets a pick from those 3, and the name of that show is An Itch You Can't Scratch. Maybe not. I have an idea for a competition show. Find out who's the best talent. The best Helen Keller impersonator. And the name of that show will be It's literally the best reaction that show's ever been. My third idea was, it's kind of like, does anyone like The Real World? Anyone? My third idea is for a show like The Real World, 7 strangers live in a house, but they all have some sort of Asperger's, and the name of that show is going to be called Down with the Syndrome. But turns out MTV stole that idea from me, and they produced it, and they called it Jersey Shore. They called it Jersey Shore. That's what they did. Man. So, has anyone ever been to Club 83? Get yourself tested. I know a great clinic downtown. Club 83 is think of like the registry on steroids, and not like the good kind of steroids. Just like my immune system's dying steroids. It's a dancing club, and you know I don't belong in it because I refer to it as a dancing club. But the first time I ever went there, I need to stop doing that. The first time I ever went there, it was 3 black girls on a dance floor that was 300 pounds, and it was great. Like, I got up and I started dancing, mainly because their fat was like a really good metronome, because I'm not coordinated. There was like, plus they were wearing really colorful clothing, and there was a black light underneath them, and I just love lava lamps. So, yeah, there was a moment. That was a couple of my friends and I were on the dance floor, and this couple was dancing, and then let's pretend this is me at my ideal weight. Let's pretend this is me. And the girl wanted to get a better grind on her guy, so she held on to me and she's like, how do you like the view? And I was like, oh, I feel so ashamed. But I knew that it was the only 3-way I was ever going to be a part of, so I didn't complain too much. And then they had a song on there that was, I'm going to sing the song for you. This is a legitimate song, and I'm kind of ashamed of it. The song literally went, there's some hoes in the house, there's some hoes in the house, there's some hoes in the house. And that's just a terrible song. Like, what's the best case scenario of that song producing? Like, what happens if there's like a guy who meets a girl during that song? like, oh, I really like that girl. And then they start dancing to There's Some Hoes in the House. So it goes over very well. They go out for a date. They hold hands. They eventually get married, and then they have a kid. And the kid goes up to the dad and like, Dad, how did you meet Mommy? Well, that's a very good question indeed. See, there was a club called 83, and there's a song called Hoes in the House. And that's where I saw your mother. And I realized, yep, she's the hoe for me. They play a lot of rap. A lot of rappers talking about like making it rain, like I'll make it rain, I'll make it rain. Except I just like have changed, so it's like, it's hailing fools, hail, hail. But they have Make It Rain, but you kind of wonder, like, they have DJ hype men. Like, does that make them technically like weathermen? Like, as you see today, we have a 70% chance of raining on these hoes. This percentage could raise higher depending on what these hoes wear. I listen to Power 92. Does anyone else? I don't really care for the music on there, but I really love the commercials because they're always over the top. They always have like that air horn, and they'll just start off like, DJ Scribbles in the house! Come to Scritchity Scratch Strip Club! Dollar drinks, you come over, it's the bomb! And then that's the end of the commercial, and then they just go to another commercial like that. Are you tired of paying overpriced for your organic groceries? Trader Joe's in the house, he get bang, bang! And your coochie be itching! And your coochie be itching! We got gynecologist for a low, low price at Scritchity Scratch! Bang! Bang! It's winter, and I don't feel that shamed, like, admitting this, but I have dry skin. And sometimes I need moisturizer, but I hate going to, like, a Walmart just for moisturizer because I feel like I have to do a disclaimer, like, yeah, I'm not buying this for what you think I am. There's one time that I had a friend who was going to Walmart, and I needed some moisturizer, so I was like, hey, could you pick some up for me? And he was like, sure, because he's a good friend. But then I found out like what he was buying, and it was very uncomfortable finding it out. Because he went over there because his cousin was having a birthday party, and for a gift he was buying him the Kids Bop DVD. So if you picture with me, he was going through the Walmart line with just a bottle of hand lotion and a Kids Bop DVD. And I felt like I put my friend on some sort of list that I can't apologize for. There's some times when a product is made for one purpose, and then it's used for a different purpose, like they find out something for it. Example, Viagra was originally intended for the heart, but it did something else. I think you know what that means. I don't have to say it. And I kind of feel like that's what the shake weight was a part of. Like, I really feel the shake weight was intended so that parents would stop shaking their kids. Like, there's moments, my mom has admitted to me when I was born, this is true, she didn't know that you weren't supposed to shake a child. Like, and it was explained to her. Like, no, you're not supposed to do this. She's laughing because she knows it's true. But I feel like it was invented just like at 3 o'clock in the morning, the baby's crying, and you're like, why won't you stop crying? Why won't you? No, it's not going down like this. Okay, all right. And then weeks later, it's like, wow, you're really in good shape. And you're like, yeah, I just stopped beating my kids, and it's really worked out. Now, I know you might not like that joke, but when it comes down to it, the kids survived. So you're welcome. Since my last one for a while, I actually got a request for this. So, for you guys, I'll close out with this. I saw a girl at Purdue Cal the other day who had a Rugrats shirt on. And I thought, That's really hot. I don't know why that's really hot. Some sort of like hipster, like, oh, this is attractive to me thing. And I was like, I need to hit on her. But I can't just do it in any normal fashion. She's clearly a 90s fan. So I was like, I have an idea. And I need to volunteer you. Ooh. So I wrote a 90s rap for her. Just like, maybe it will like make her heart want me more, or I don't know how love works. So I want to try it out on you. Hopefully this works. If I stop tripping on the microphone. Alright. Do you want to hear a 90s rap? I can't hear you. Do you want to hear a 90s rap? Keith, I think you and another person's the only black guy in here. Is it okay if I do a 90s rap?
It's okay.
Okay, he's got approval. Yo! Hey girl, you're looking so good. Girl, you're looking so fine. I'll be your Jordan Catalano for my so-called life. When I saw you, I was in love for the very first time. You're my ace of base, I saw the sign. Girl, I wanna be with you every night and day. And if we ever broke apart, you'd be like Y2K. You're always looking good, no matter what you do. If you're a Pokemon, I'd take a peek at you. Oh, cause I'm not down with Snoop. I won't drop it like it's hot, but I used to listen to Hanson so later we can bop. Girl, you sweep me on my feet, make me feel alive. Maybe later we can jiggy after we mumble number 5. Cause I'm hollering at you. I know you're all that. And any other girl's a straight up rug rat. I hope you're liking my rap. I hope you like my liking my remix. We can be the Titanic, cause I'll never let go. When I'm with you, I know that I mean every line. I hope you make like Brandy and say, the boy is mine. Cause we're meant to be together, yeah, I know that's fate. So you can catch me at Dawson's Creek, cause I don't wanna wait for my life to be over. I want to know right now, what will it be? I don't wanna wait for my life to be over. Will this be yes or will it be? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. It was a great time.
Please put your hands together once again for Nathyn Gibson. Nathyn Gibson.
Dude, I hope that there's like a photographer that's like, come here, Mittens. Listen, you're doing this for a cause. Now, if you don't make it, Mr. Fluffigans is never going to get a home. Now, do I have to turn on the Sarah McLachlan music, or are you going to have... Where are you going? Like, that's technically torture for the cats. I don't know if you know, it's like... In the arms of I used to be... I'm single right now. Oh. So... I'm just assuming everyone has the 2012 Humane Society Pet Lovers calendar, right? Right? I'm going to be kind of critical. Not their best work. I'm not going to... Like, sure, it has, like, the kitty in the sink, and all the horsey with the bandana, and the dog and the cat together, but they're against really big competition, like Lolcats and I Can Have Cheeseburger. Like, they need to suck it up and get cute pretty soon. No, she knows me, so she was actually just reaffirming it. I'm really excited because this is the first time I've done stand-up in front of my parents. There's my mom right there. Get up for my mom. I came from her vagina, and then she produced this, so technically that was the last vagina I've ever was in. Technically. That was the best delayed pause ever. Like, oh.
Because this guy is pretty tall, so he needs a lot of applause to reach up into the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the next comedian? Ladies and gentlemen, again, Chuckles Inc.'s own Nathyn Gibson, everyone. Nathyn Gibson.
Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. I regret to inform you, this is my last one until May or June, because I have a class during this time. So I'm really glad you got to come out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Put your hands together for the second half of the show. It's crazy. Late. late. It's like a bunch of black people walking into the movies. Late. Welcome to Crown Point. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your next comedian? Can you make some more noise?